Every time men try to act like they're like the stronger species or whatever the case may be, and I ain't talking about physically, but just overall, like not only are we the most physical, like that we're the strongest physically, we're also, according to men, the strongest mentally, right? And I come across like time and time again, I keep coming across all this information that would actually point to the contrary and expose the fact that men are just we're weak, we're so vulnerable, we're impulsive, and all of these things. I think it's hilarious because no matter what, we'll still like keep pushing that lie. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have extreme weaknesses or deficiencies, how are you that strong? Because I don't think women have many deficiencies. I think I know women can thrive on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't need a man, they don't need men or whatever at all. But men need women, no doubt about it. Men need women for sure. Right. And here's what I'm saying. Before you argue with me, men literally say out of our own mouths, we need women.
You got your issues as a woman with your body that we can't understand. But you can't understand when we walk out this room, when we walk out this house every day, and motherfucker throwing stones at you, doing all this, and being black. On top of that, man, we want to come home and feel some type of like at ease, and we feel like sometimes the sexual pleasure gets us at ease for that. Where that moment is that we can have that that intimacy with you. That's the time where I don't think about all that stuff. That's the time I'm at ease, and for that little 45 to an hour, however long it lasts.
You are not having sex for 45 to an hour. Be fucking for real.
I'm saying intimacy, though.
And what does that entail?
Because intimacy, because me holding you in the bed, talking to you for a little bit before we get, it could be us watching a movie, holding each other. Intimacy is more than sex.
So we're talking about sex. It's not lasting 45 minutes. How long is the sex lasting?
Intimacy, though. Like, you want to hear what I'm saying?
I do.
As a man, when my mom...
She's trying to sell this as intimacy, which I love what she said because she know he full of shit. You know he full of shit. Oh, we out in the world. But even if you took that, what he said, for what he said, he's still saying we need women, though, right? To like relieve us, to be our stress reliever, because we don't know how to self-regulate. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to self-regulate. So when we go out in the world, we don't know how to come home and self-regulate and then still show up for our partners, which I already did a video on that, how men, when we have a hard day, emotionally taxing day outside the house, we come home and we don't perform. We underperform. Right? That's what men do. Women don't. When women go out in the world and they have an emotionally taxing day, they come home and they still show up. Men need women to regulate. But again, like she's clocking, he's talking about sex. Because that's what men say all the time. Oh, we need sex. Oh, we need sex. Oh, I need your body.
Do not, ladies, let me repeat. Do not underestimate the importance of sex with your husband. He need you. He need you. The enemy is talking to him. The enemy is pulling at him. He's distracted. It's in commercials. It's on television. It's in shows. People are pulling at him. The devil is talking to him, telling him to watch pornography, sleep with somebody else, go and get one of your exes, go DM somebody. He's speaking to him, and he is denying his flesh and say, I only want you. Give the man what he wants from you.
So women have to reward men for not fucking cheating. Like, that's the sale here. Okay, got it.
Ladies, if you're in a relationship with a man, married, committed relationship, one of the worst things you could do is withhold sex from that man. I'm going to repeat that again. One of the worst things you could do in your relationship as a woman is to hold sex away from your man, to use sex as a weapon, to where you try to get him to do what you want him to do, and his reward is, I'm going to give you sex. And if you don't do it, you won't get sex. Oh, go to the grocery store, pick up this. Oh, you forgot this? No sex. I came home for whatever reason. You didn't wash the dishes. I'm mad at you. No sex.
So now women have to sleep with men even if they don't like the man, like it's their duty to sleep with men, because let me guess, because men need women. We need their bodies. We can't function without sex. As if 1/3 of fucking men under like the age of 30 are virgins and shit. What are they doing? How are they living?
Getting a little arguments. You talk to me about something I don't like. No sex. Like, you use it as a power trip with your man to where every single thing that happens that you don't like, you withhold sex.
I fully expect that every single time I can tell by the tone of the conversation that my wife and I are having. We don't even have to be arguing. Like I could just tell by the tone of the conversation. Like her tonality, my tonality. Just that alone, I could tell, like, don't even try it. Like at the end of the night, like, don't even try. Like, I'll cut it up with her, I'll hug her and I'll kiss her. I'm not mad, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying she's like necessarily mad at me, but the mood ain't right. Like, I don't like the funny thing is like because I'm human, I guess, like I'm not in the mood either. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I got a hunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, sex for me is like Jello. You know what I'm saying? There's always room for Jello, right? But there are definitely times like when I'm not in the mood due to, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, she just said some shit that just kind of got under my skin, or, you know, she was dismissive of something I said, you know, whatever the case may be. That happens. I'm not understanding. And my wife, you know, the times when you know she tries to initiate and I don't you know engage, she don't hold it against me. She don't say like, oh you don't love me, or no, I'm gonna punish you next time you try to sleep with me. Like that's not, it doesn't work like that. Like I have the right as a person to be tired. I have the right as a human being to not be in the mood based on the conversation we had or a feeling that I'm having towards you or whatever the case may be. I have the right to do that. The reason why you guys don't think women have the right to do that is because they're women and you think that their body is your body. You think that you own them. You think that you can control them. You look at them as you look at them as inanimate objects, not as autonomous human beings. That is a you problem, not a them problem, though.
And one of the biggest things that I've heard from men that's in marriages is their sex life has declined so much to the point where they're hardly having sex. They're going months without it. Some people are getting it once a month, twice a month. But before they got married, these people was having sex all the time. And of course, you don't expect it to be the exact same because we get older and stuff like that. Your sex drive goes down, all that stuff.
I feel like if you're not problematic and you work out and you drink water and you eat your veggies and you stretch every now and again, your virality will be up. But also a reason why my shit is still high is because I love my wife. I honestly believe that. I think like a reason why I'm really motivated to have sex still is because of how much I love my wife, how attracted I am to her, right? That may be a reason why a lot of people don't have sex. Like you blaming the woman for not having sex as if men don't have ED, as if men don't have health problems, and as if men don't fall out of love with their women or lust in this case, right? They're not attracted to their women anymore because she put on weight or whatever the case may be. A lot of times it be men too. It ain't like men just always want to have sex. And you know, like men may want to have sex, but they don't want to have sex with their wife. That's the problem. That's like a huge part of the problem. But again, you just blaming women for this. And also the older women get, their hormones change. Same as men. Our hormones change as well, right? It's crazy how we instantly have to start blaming women for all of this stuff. You haven't been in a long-term marriage. Clearly, you don't look like anybody would ever tolerate you for longer than a couple minutes. But as a man in a long-term marriage, I can tell you that's just the ebb and the flow of the relationship, brother. That I'm gearing up. I'm fully expecting my wife to at some point in time not want to hunch me like she did, at least for a period. I don't know if it's gonna last forever, but at least for like a period, I'm fully expecting that. Like, you know, like if and when that happens, I'm not gonna be on some like, oh man, she don't want to lay down with me no more. Like I'm fully like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yep, if that happens, then that happens. You know, ain't gonna make me love her any less.
At the end of the day, you gotta remember, your man have needs. You see that need that your man have? He has nobody else to get it from but you. You are the only person. You got to understand, when you sign up for a marriage or a committed relationship, you're basically saying to this person, I'm going to give you all the sex that you want because we're in a committed relationship between the two of us.
That is not what you sign up for. Where did you get that from? Why are you making that up? That is not, that's not a stipulation anywhere. Never heard of that.
And you're not going to go out there and sleep with anybody else because I'm going to make sure you're good. I'm going to make sure you're pleasured. So when you go into a committed relationship, if you know for a fact that's not something that you want to do, if that's not something that you want to keep up for the next 10 years, 15 years, no matter how long it is, then do not sign up to be in a committed relationship with someone or get married to someone and not expect him to want it from you all the time. You are the only person that he has. You're the common denominator. So if he can't sleep with you, who is he supposed to sleep with?
His motherfucking hand. That ain't her problem. This is, and it's always men that look like this. I'm sorry. It's always y'all that look like this, that they can't sniff a woman's twerk when you telling women how they need to be in a relationship. No, sir. That's crazy. Again, from a married man, from a man in a relationship, will you listen to me as a married man that's been married for like 15 years now, 14 and a half years, whatever you want to say? Can we listen to the married man out of us two, brother? Okay. I'm going to tell you something. Your wife doesn't owe you her body ever at any point in time. She doesn't owe you to have sex with her. Threatening her with cheating on her because she's not sleeping with you on command, you don't need to be in a relationship with the person. If that is what you think about relationships, you just proved that actually you don't need to be in a relationship with anybody. If you think that a person needs to be a fucking sex slave to you, it's crazy. And this sounds very rapey, by the way. Like, I don't know if you understand this. So if what man wants to sleep with a woman that doesn't want to sleep with him? A rapist. Right? If you love women and you love your wife, don't you want an emphatic yes? It doesn't matter if you're on the first date or the 50,000th date. You want the same emphatic yes. Every time I sleep with my wife, I want my wife to be into it as much as I am. That's crazy that you're openly admitting, like, yeah, even if you don't want to sleep with him, you should still sleep with him. You're a fucking rapist. That's rape. This is coercive. And that just brings me to this. I love everything that she said right here. She pretty much sums this thing up perfectly.
I just realized that men as a species at large have kind of decided to go with a pathetic addict narrative for themselves. Because men in relationships, I need it from my wife every day, otherwise that's why I'm cheating. Or they're just so like sex obsessed, and like women are taught like you're the drug, so you need to be like an endless supply of that for whatever man that you decide to choose. Or maybe just for all men. And there's something like pathetic about this. Like you're like a strong, big man building the world, but like you absolutely need women to get this done. And you can't, it's not even like for creation of humanity. It's like for you to get through your day to day. Like I have a bad mood because, you know, I'm an addict. And instead of us all being like, oh, that's pathetic, I'm not going to hang out with you because you're dangerous. A lot of women of the past were like, yeah, I guess I have to do this. They'll like pretend they don't know what a tomato is if you send them to the grocery store, for what I'm hearing from you hoes. And it's just like, what did you want me to think of you here? Are you supposed to be this strong, powerful, omnipotent man? Or are you just some...
Like, imagine your wife sends you to the store to buy stuff, and then you can't buy the stuff, and then you expect her to treat you like a grown adult man. Now, I'm saying this as a man that often forgets things at the store. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to be completely transparent. I'm a man. Like, I'm not making excuses, but I'm being honest. I do have ADHD. Like, it's really bad. So when I go to the store, even when I go to the store for myself, I forget stuff all the time. But when I go to the store, my wife usually, we have like a system. It's like, hey, text me what you want. You know what I'm saying? So she'll text me, and then I'll go to the store, and oftentimes, like, it'll be like 15 things on the list, and I'll get like 13 of the 15. Like, consistently, I'll get like 13 of the 15. And that's not counting the stuff that's like not in the store. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one time, and this is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, I remember one time she had asked me to get something for my son. I think it was like some suckers or something. It was at Trader Joe's, and he wanted some suckers. They have these like just little suckers that come in a box. He loves them. And I have 2 Trader Joe's within like 5 minutes of each other. So I go to one Trader Joe's, and it wasn't there. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the other Trader Joe's, right? So I go to the other Trader Joe's. And I became so hyper fixated on getting him those suckers that I forgot like a handful of things on the list. So I was trying so hard to get the things on the list that I forgot some of the things on the list. And it was really frustrating. Like, and I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna need to start writing everything out. I'm gonna have to start checking everything off because when I see it, whatever, I need to develop a better system. And it's my fault. And I am low-key embarrassed that I do that because that's one of those things like where I hear women always like joking about how men are so terrible at doing like Instacart. And I'm like, I would be that man. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be terrible at Instacart. But nonetheless, though, I acknowledge that you know what I'm saying? Like that I have a problem and I need to address it. So I'm working out a better system because my system was before, tell me what you want. I would forget stuff. Then it was text me and I would get more stuff, but I still was forgetting stuff. And my son, actually, shout out to my baby, super smart guy. He was like, Daddy, you need to write a list out and then check it off. See? So, and my wife has told me that before too, but my son told me most recently. So anyways, that's what I'm going to start doing. And that's where we're at, right? So that's that. But I understand that does make me, it makes me feel inept. Like I truly do. Like when I can't do things or when, you know what I'm saying? Or not can't, but when I fail at things that are simple tasks, like consistently, I do feel inept. I do feel like man, like ashamed. You know what I'm saying? But that shame quickly turns into like, nah, you gotta get better. Like there's no reason to be like it's shopping, bro. Like you can do it. You're an adult. There's been many a times when I went and I got everything. You know what I'm saying? So just lock in. But a lot of men, when they're bad at this type of stuff, A, they don't want to do it. I love going to the store, by the way. Like I prefer to go. But A, men don't want to do the task. And then B, so they do the weaponized incompetence. Like I am going to get better. Like I'm going to not mess up anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm dedicated to that. Like the next time I go, I'm not fucking up. I'm not going to forget anything. I'm going to write everything out and I'm going to check everything off. That's what I'm going to do. Like I'm making that my mission from here on out. And it's been more recent. Like I've been doing it too. It hasn't been like all the time, but more recently I've been forgetting a lot of stuff. I don't know what the fuck it is. But anyways, I got to correct it. The reason why it's so hard for men to do is because they have no interest in doing it. That's the problem. And a lot of these problems that I be talking about with men, it's stuff that like, I always go back to like, yo, I know that I'm not the only man doing this. And the women, I feel like a large reason why women are the way that they are towards men right now, or when they get sick of our shit, is because you don't even try, man. Like you don't even like. I don't feel like women are being like irrational at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like women are very rational and they're just like, try. Like you can do it. Like try harder. If you try harder, you can do it. Try harder. Pay more attention. Try harder. You can do it. And men are like, oh, I just can't do it. I'm like, bro, it is fucking grocery shopping, dog. You can do it. I can do it. Just pay attention more. Treat those groceries like they're your groceries. Treat her list like it's your list. Like it's everything you want. You see what I'm saying? Because you get everything you want. You know what I mean? Like I said, me, I forget it. I forget shit that I want all the time. But most men, I feel like you get what you want. You know what I mean? Like I have a different issue. Don't, whatever. But I'm going to get it right though. Even me with my deficiency, like literally having a condition, I'm not going to let that be my excuse. I'm going to fucking do better. So what the fuck is your excuse?
Creep who's like scratching at me for your needs, like a dog. And then you don't realize how silly you look? Like, you have to be drained, sir. Is it a medical procedure? What the fuck is wrong with you? And so many of them just think nothing of this. They're on podcasts, they're everywhere talking about this. And instead of them narrating themselves as pathetic freaks, who are parasites, essentially, that's parasitic behavior. No, that's not what it is. It's my virility, it's my strength. I differ and I don't have to beg to do it. It's so obvious, it's right there. I got myself back on like dating TikTok, which is a mistake. But there's also just men on there too, all fully entitled. Like if you don't have money, also like dating is a hobby. It's not a necessity. And that's what got me to think about this. I'm like, do men think it's like essential for them to have a woman around them? They do. And they're like angry that they can't get what they want. They can't afford it. So we're nearing the end of days and AI is about to take your job if you even have one. And you're like spending money on dinners. And another thing about going out to dinner, that's a terrible date. Like it's just about consumption. Like I want to sit across from her. I want to watch her eat. I want to eat too. And then afterwards, I want to eat something else. Like, what the fuck? No, there's not an experience in that, but me being forced to sit across from your dumbass. And also, if men were worried about women just trying to get free meals from them, why wouldn't you take her somewhere else to get like a different experience so she could actually have something that's an experience with you instead of just sitting across from you, chewing? You idiots. You know what a date should be? Is like going to volunteer to build a Habitat for Humanity home. That's a good date. If you didn't embarrass yourself and piss me off during the process, then we should probably eat after that. But I'm not dating, so this isn't about me. I'm retired for all these reasons. And also too, the only reason that they look after women is because they're just thinking about, again, their supply. This is all they care about. They're not thinking like, oh, I really like her, let me do nice things for her. I feel like half the time they're doing your hair and nails and shit, it's for their consumption. Once again, ask a man for money that's something that does not benefit him and see how he acts. I feel like most men, if you ask them to like get you a massage, right, because this will put you in a good mood, this will up your wellness, he'll be like, I'll give you a massage, even though he has like 15 thumbs on his hand. Oh my God, that reminds me of a story. This guy I knew, accidentally, I didn't want to know him. He said he found out on his second time sleeping with a woman that she had one arm. I said, I can't believe she even saw you a second time, because I can only imagine how the first time was, that he did not notice that you were quite different, quite special. Yeah, instead of men empowering themselves over all this time, I'm not saying modern men, but it seems pretty true. If the shoe fits, you're already wearing it. You would rather frame yourself as a sad little beggar for you know what than to just say like, yeah, I'm just a weirdo and a creep. Or just fix it and don't do any of those things. That's always an option.
Yeah, men don't want to be better, so they're not like fixing it isn't an option. But man, it's so crazy. It's like I don't know. It's just like I just don't want to be a shitty person. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have the desire to be a shitty person. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what it is. And I feel like a reason why I identify so much with like, you know, like how the way women think is because most women don't want to be shitty people and they're constantly like tinkering with themselves and you know what I'm saying and working on their weaknesses and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Like I have the time, I have the ability to do so, I have the mind to do so. Why not? Why, you know what I mean? Like why just be like, well, I'm just resting on my laurels. Like I'm a shitty person. I'm just gonna remain this shitty person. But men are just that's just who you know what I mean? Like men are just like, nope, I'm shitty. That's it. I'm going to try to coerce women into having sex with me as opposed to becoming a person who stops lying to himself and telling them that he needs sex, but also becoming a person that a woman wants to have sex with. You know what I mean? Like you got choices, bro. You got choices, brothers. Trust me. You don't have to choose this route. There are better routes out there.